Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first live chat. Well, my first live chat. I have to admit, it was a lot easier when there was somebody else on here with me. But let's see how this goes, and let's see how we can get better from here to do it in the future. For those of you who know Scam Haters United, my name is Ruth. And basically we're here for you. We're here to talk about scammers. Scams and scammers, what you all get involved with, and just maybe how we can not get involved with them. What is a romance scam? Sounds easy. Sounds very, very easy. So you have scammers, criminals. They all work in teams. There's not one little man on a computer contacting somebody else. They will be military, they will be working on an oil rig, they will be, they could be an architect, a car dealer, whatever. There's always something professional, they're always good looking, well, mostly good looking, and they always have a chance to travel with the job. Usually they come to you and they're widowed. Now the thing is about being widowed, it's usually either cancer, car crash or childbirth that the wife has died of. If they're divorced, they've caught the wife with the best friends. Their stories do not change a lot. I mean, they do a little bit, but mainly the stories do not change a lot. They like to have a very tragic background so that you feel sorry for them. They like to have dead parents, and the parents have died in car crashes and aeroplane crashes and everything, so that you feel really sorry for them. They've usually got kids back home because they like to think that if there's a woman, you'll feel more maternal if they have children, and you'll feel that they're such a good dad. If it's a man that's being scammed, often the woman is younger, and it's still the same. She still has a tragic past and she's desperate to have somebody to look after her. So a man or a woman can be a victim here. We're not talking about just one, just one people. Hello, Nicaragua. So they start. So they will send a message to you. Now it can be on Facebook, it can be on Instagram. We're going to go shortly into the use of apps because that's getting out of hand, it's getting silly. But they're going to contact you somewhere. So they might contact you, hello Germany. They might contact you on Instagram, on Facebook, any app where they can contact somebody, LinkedIn, anything at all, they will use to contact you. And they're very nice, very sweet. They're going to say, hello, can I get to know you a bit more? Sometimes they'll come on and say, I was just looking for somebody else and I came across your profile. Oh, hello, Sunderland, you're not far from me. And they'll come across a profile and they'll say, I was looking for somebody with the same name and I saw you and I had to contact. It doesn't really matter what the first contact is. The first contact is just friendly. So then they will then ask you to go to an app. They will then ask you to go to Hangouts. They will ask you to go to WhatsApp or Kik or Telegram or anything. Anywhere they can get you off. Because what can happen if they're on something like Facebook or Instagram, they can lose those accounts. Hello, Netherlands. They can have dating sites. Oh, in Barcelona, we're everywhere. They can be on a dating site, they can be on ordinary platforms, they can be anywhere. What they try and do is to get all the victims into one place. So they can have Hangouts, which is my biggest pet hate in the world. I would bomb Hangouts because it's just awful. They want to get you to Hangouts, they want to get you to WhatsApp. And then what happens is they get everyone together So they've got all the victims in one place. They call the victims clients, but they've got all the victims in one place. And then you become babe, you become honey, you become my sweet, my angel, everything. Now, why do they do that? So they don't have to remember your name. Because they're scamming 50 more women at the same time. There's a lot of them in the room. It's not one-on-one. There's a lot of them in the room. So you're honey. You are actually babe, love you babe, and everything. Now, we'll have a few days then of nice talk, getting to know you, being very friendly. You will get somebody, good morning, hope you've had a good sleep, thinking about you, don't forget about me. And then at night, you'll have something like, hope you've had a good day, have a good night. And that is because whenever they contact you in the day, they're also contacting you morning and night, so you do not forget about them. They want you to have them on their mind all day. So then it moves on. A scammer will fall in love with you at the speed of light. Doesn't take long to get hello Belgium. It doesn't take long for them to get very romantic. And then of course they start, you're beautiful, I'm in love with you, I want to marry you, I want to come home to you. And the woman is very flattered, the man is very flattered. It doesn't matter who they're scamming. Now the thing is, let's go to the jobs that they've got, and let's go to what they're telling you. There is nobody who really should believe that if you have somebody from the US Army, the British Army, or anybody, they have no access to their money when they're deployed. Because it's just, how can you really believe that a soldier can be sent away to fight for his country, but they don't pay him? Because then he's going to have a problem. He's going to have, his child is sick, or he's dropped his phone, whatever. Of course they have access to their money when they're away. They're paid all the time. They can get access to the money all the time. It's just ridiculous to say that they can't. If they're on an oil rig, suddenly their bank account's frozen. That's not going to work either, really, is it? Because the bank account is never going to be frozen. And if they're on the phone to you, if they can text you, they can text the bank. So let's face it. I don't know. I actually know a few men who work on oil rigs because of where I live. I've never known one of them yet has dropped his iPhone over the side. And if they did, they can buy themselves a new iPhone. Comes over on the next helicopter. They do not need the woman they have never met to buy them a phone. They do not need the woman they have never met to send money for the child who might be in hospital back in wherever. They do not need money. Nobody, no person that is going to contact you has the need for a woman he has never met to send money. And that's what we've got to get over to you. Do not. If they ask for money, block them. Just block them. If you aren't sure of the fake, block them. As soon as money, as soon as cards are mentioned. Very often they will have somebody to have a bank account. You'll all have, if you talk to scammers, you'll all have been probably asked for your bank account. Now, depending how far you are in the scam and how much you believe them, you might give them your bank account. Please, please, please never do. Never give them your bank account, never give them your credit card number. But if you have, then you'll have one woman who's got to put money into another woman's bank account. Now, this other woman, they will tell you, is the nanny. No, it's not. It's the money mule. Now, the thing is that being a money mule is a criminal offence. And you can get arrested for it. You can lose your banking for the rest of your life. But you can get arrested for accepting money into your account and then sending it on to somebody else. Sometimes they know they're doing it. Sometimes they just think they're doing it for their lover. And they don't know. They're just other victims being scammed. Do not send money. Ever. 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 Do not send money. And it's very funny that you can have an organisation like the US Army who is going to tell you to put money into Winnie Smith's account in Orlando. You know, it would never happen. It would never, ever happen. So they have ways to get money. They have putting it into a bank account. You can have a bank account in Turkey with, I don't know, any name on it. It's very often a Nigerian name, but any name on it. Don't send money for any reason at all. Just say no. They get quite nasty when you say no. It's quite funny. They used to use Western Union and MoneyGram all the time. That's sort of fading out a little bit now. But they still do use them. But it's better with things like cash apps and things like that. They don't need to physically walk into a shop in Lagos and pick up the money. And Bitcoin. Have you heard of Bitcoin? Well, I've heard of it, but I've never used it. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to use it. Would you? No. But your average scammer loves it. Why? Because it's completely anonymous. It's money laundering to the nth degree. It's money laundering gift for them. You get a Bitcoin wallet and, oh, hello, Thailand, I've been there. You get a Bitcoin wallet, which is a very, very long number, and you put money into that. Nobody knows where it's come from, where it's going to, completely anonymous. But normal people do not use Bitcoin. A soldier in the middle of Syria is not going to want money into his Bitcoin wallet. So when you see them say Bitcoin, run. Just run. Just get out of it. Block them. And of course, then we have the eternal gift cards. iTunes cards. Steam cards. Walmart cards. Starbucks cards I've even seen recently. So you've got gift cards. They will have gift cards for everything. Absolutely everything. Do not send. I saw somebody sent to us today. And it was just a little screenshot that they sent. And it said that, I wrote it down somewhere. Upgrade your iPhone with an Amazon gift card because the camera is disabled. And that was a little thing that they'd actually made to send to you so that you would buy them a gift card, an Amazon gift card, so that you could see them on camera. No, they won't. But can you imagine? Really? A soldier in the middle of Syria or Afghanistan who can't do anything with his phone until this woman buys him an Amazon card? That does not make sense. If it does not make sense to you, it's not going to happen. Somebody's just said there, Sephora, I don't know how you say that. Yeah, that's another one. That's another one. iTunes cards, they started off with iTunes cards and they've kept going with them because they can use them. They sell them. Mainly, they sell them. You get very clever scammers who will buy them and then they can load them, which basically is changing the amount on them. So you send them $100, they can change it to $1,000. So that's why they like iTunes cards. Apparently, that is a very easy thing to do. Hello, France. Oh, did I? Oh, that's nice. Hello, France. So we've got the ways that they come to you. And, you know, in the future, if you want to go into this in a little bit more depth, we'll do it. I'm actually just floating over things at the moment, making it quite general for you. If you are on an oil rig, if you are a soldier and you're deployed, no, you do not have to pay for your internet. You do not have to pay for your video. You do not have to have the woman to register as your fiance or the man to register as your fiance so that you'll be able to call them, so that your commander does not have to send you a form, so that you can send him $500. And let's go back, $500 could go to a woman's bank account in the US, you don't know. You do not pay for the internet, you do not pay for videos. Hello Philippines, you're locked down as well at the moment, and Texas. So if you're a soldier and they don't treat these soldiers badly, they feed them. I mean, how many times, how many of you have talked to a scammer and they've said, I'm so hungry, please send me some money for food because I am so hungry. Hello Brazil, please send me some money for food. Now, okay, so if you think of what you've seen on the television for Afghanistan, and your military man is so hungry because he can't eat the food, and you send him money, what's he going to do? Where's he going to go? Is he going to walk down the street in Afghanistan to, Kabul fried chicken? No, it's ridiculous. The army feeds their own men and women. They do not need money for food. And if they've told you they're deployed to Nigeria, well, that's where the scammer is. So they don't need money anyway. So also, you cannot be married to somebody that you have never met. Hello, the US Air Force. Nice to see you. You cannot be married to somebody you've never met. I have seen marriage certificates, quite fancy ones with little pictures on each side. Mr. and Mrs. whatever. You can't be. It is absolutely impossible. It doesn't matter how much you're going to send to where. It does not matter. You cannot be married to someone you have never met. Also, if you have a military person and they are deployed, I speak to many women who say, but we speak for 5 and 6 hours at a time. He talks to me all night. Well, when you have a military person who's deployed, they're busy. They've got a job to do. They've got a big job to do. They cannot be on the phone to you all the time. They can't be on the phone to their family all the time. They're lucky if they manage to get on the phone to their family. But they can't. Oh, Dubai, we are going around the world. But you see, the thing is that women will say they spend hours and hours every day with their scammer. Now, if you've got a man on an oil rig, oil rigs are factories. They are just production factories. And they cannot be on the phone to you all day. They've got a very, very big job to do. Just briefly with oil rigs. They do 2 to 4 weeks on, then they come off and do 2 to 4 weeks off. That's the law, that's legal. They're not on there for 2 years. They're not on there until they can get a woman to pay for the flight off. So, we'll go into that another day. Now, my favourite. Because we are getting so many people now. Absolutely so many people. Hello, Mexico and Poland. Who are scammed, who have sent a lot of money. Because they've been contacted by somebody in Greece. Oh, I love Greece. And Ireland. Illinois. We are getting around everywhere. This is lovely. So many people that have been contacted on Words with Friends. Words with Friends is terrible. Anywhere that you've got a game, that you've got a chat app, that they can come through to you, just a nice little hello, would you come and talk to me on Hangouts? Would you come and talk to me on Kick, on Telegram? This is another good one. It's Words with Friends. The clue's in the title. It is not Words with Strangers. It's Words with Friends. Now, if you don't know them, don't talk to them. Scrabble, Monopoly, all of them are the same. And rather bizarrely, Fitbit. They absolutely love the Fitbit app. Now, the idea of your average scammer sat at his laptop telling you that he's done his 10,000 steps for the day and can you go and talk on Hangouts sounds rather strange, but it's true. And it happens a lot. It happens an awful lot. They are totally taking over TikTok because it's easy. TikTok is anonymous, very, very anonymous. So it's easy. So if you've got an app that you can contact somebody through, then they will do it. They will try it. I want you to think about real life a bit and think about people that you know. Now, I do not know any man at all who sits and goes through either Facebook, Instagram, an app, whatever, who sits and goes through that and thinks, oh, she looks nice, I think I'll contact her. Doesn't happen. Does not happen. And so think about it. Think about real life, because, you know, a scammer is coming to you saying he's real life and he's not. Think of what would happen in real life. You might get somebody on Words with Friends. And we had somebody. Now, the lady ended up laughing about it, so she's not going to mind me telling you this story, because she did actually know he was a scammer after a day or two. But he'd come to her through Words with Friends, and he said she was beautiful, and she was very clever because she'd beaten him on Words with Friends. And then when she asked him where he was on a secret mission in Nigeria. Now, I don't know a lot. Oh, hello, New York. How you doing? I love New York. You've got a really good ice hockey team in New York. Remember that. Yeah, he was on a secret mission in Nigeria. Now, spies might have changed, but I don't know anybody that could tell you that they are actually on a secret mission. You know, the word again, the clue's in the title, it's secret. They are not going to tell you. And yet, what we are finding is that when a woman looks at a phone, anything that's written down there, they will accept. And then when you talk to them a bit later, they say, well, yeah, he probably wasn't, was he? But don't just think about it. Don't just put it on there and think, oh, he's on a secret mission to Nigeria. That's exciting. Of course, he's not going to be on a secret mission to Nigeria. I can't imagine anybody would want to even go there, never mind be on a secret mission. But I'm not supposed to say that. Hello, Malaysia. And Ireland. That's nice. It's just across the water. So, you know, you've got apps. So it's sort of like stealth. Well, it is like James Bond, isn't it? I mean, James Bond. Hello, Scotland. I was there last week. James Bond never went on Instagram or Facebook when he was doing his secret missions. I never saw him do it. I never saw James Bond sit down with Words with Friends. So, you know, just go off real life, because James Bond's real life. On an app, it's stealthy because you are not expecting it. You really are not. Hello, Maine. Oh, in the Philippines. Yeah, you're really not expecting it. You're sort of doing your Words with Friends. Somebody's come up, they want to sing with you, and you do not think about it. You just look at it, and it's probably a nice looking fella, and then you go to Hangouts or you go to WhatsApp, and they've got their, if you have agreed to go to that app, they've got their claws in you because you've done as you were told. And also, you know, in Africa, women do as they're told. We don't. Hello. We don't do as we're told, you know, because I know they get quite nasty with you when you don't do as you're told. But they expect you to. So if they've got you to go to Hangouts, they've got you. They think, great. And then it starts on. You're not a victim to them, you're a client. They call you a client. They're gathering clients. So be careful. Also be careful if you have got an elderly. Oh, I wouldn't tell anybody if they send you some money and you can keep it. Bear in mind, if you can't send it back because the money has come from another woman that's scammed. You know, so it's stolen money that you've got. But don't send it on to the scammer. So we're talking about this now. And what I want you to say as well is it's all right, we can talk about it, we sort of know about it, but what about when it gets to a birthday or Christmas? Because, you know, January is a really bad time for scammers. Because what happens was you get Great Aunt Edie a tablet or a phone, and you set her off and you say, there you are, you can play words with friends, you can go on Facebook. There's a nice page on Facebook, one of my favourites, A Widow's Heart. You can go on there and you can talk to other women and say sad things about being a widow. I am not making fun of widows, I am one. And I often go on A Widow's Heart, and I am often the most sad widow ever. My husband would think this is hilarious if he'd lived. I can go on A Widow's Heart and I can put something like, oh, it's a bad day, I really miss him. I can go to bed and I can get up in the morning and I have 34 friend requests. All fake. Now that's fine. I can report them. I can get rid of them. That's why I do it. I don't talk to them. I get rid of them. But the thing is that if you've got Great Aunt Edie who's just got her tablet, she's going to think, this isn't Facebook friendly. I've got all these really lovely men contacting me. Next thing you know, Great Aunt Edie's going to be going out to buy iTunes cards. So, if you've got an elderly relative and they've got a tablet, or just they don't want you to watch them, you know, but just maybe tell them about strangers sending them friend requests, or just maybe have a little watch and see who they're talking to, because they will love getting an elderly woman who's new on social media. And I'm sorry, and one thing we'll talk about in the future is age is just a number. That's my favourite thing, because it isn't. It isn't just a number at all. And if I have any young 30-something or less soldiers watching, I've probably had you all being in love with me at some point. I've even had one or two of you want to marry me. And it's stupid. It is absolutely stupid, because in real life, you know, it would not happen. Of course it wouldn't happen. Age is not just a number. The number is the amount of dollars they want you to send. But think about it. Just think about it. Think about real life. Think about online. You know, I say that, and it's not a popular thing to say. I say age is just a number, and I will have people all night now saying, well, I'm quite good for my age. I think a young man would like me. You might be quite young for your age, but you're not going to have somebody 30 years older than you want to marry you. Sorry. So I realised tonight, I wonder how many scammers are watching. I'd love it if there were. Scammers, if you're watching, I'm after you. I'll get you. So I've gone over tonight what I think is the basics, basically. I'd like to do this again because you can actually ask the girls on Instagram. I actually didn't think anybody would watch this. I thought I would sit here and talk to myself. So I'm absolutely thrilled that I have actually people on here and talking back to me. It's really, really good. Thank you very much. Today I had a couple of questions that people wanted me to address. So I've got 2 questions. I had 3, but I've already done that one about upgrade the iPhone with the Amazon card. Many come to us on Facebook and on Instagram and say, I'll send you his pictures, but I've done a reverse image search and I can't find him. He must be real. No, it means you can't find him. That's it. He might be one of the soldiers that's used a lot. He might be one of the cruise ship crew that's used a lot, one of the engineers. Because you can't find him anywhere does not mean he's real. Let me put it to you that if somebody used your pictures to scam and they put your pictures in Google, would they find you? I don't think so. That doesn't mean to say you're scamming somebody or you're asking for money for somebody. You go off what they are saying. If they are telling you they're military, 100% fake. If they're telling you they're on an oil rig, 100% fake. All jobs in the middle, they probably are. Because real men actually don't do this. Real young girls do not do this. Real women that look like porn stars who are after an older man, they don't do it either. Very flattering. But in real life, you're being scammed. Yeah, you're right. You see, we're all together in this. Do you know? I know I'm going off the subject. I will learn to keep on the subject. Bear in mind, this is my first. When I started ScamHaters United, I was watching television. And in the UK, we have football. And I know in America, you call it football. But you know, the ball's the wrong shape and you throw it, you don't kick it. Our football. And I wanted to call it ScamHaters, which there's been a lot of people don't like that because it's got the word hate in it. But we hate. We don't like scammers, we hate them. So I wanted to be ScamHaters. And I was watching football and the team I was watching was Manchester United. And I thought, yeah, because United, I wanted us to do this together. I wanted us to get one big team and do it together against scammers. So, you know, that's where the name comes. It's not a name that means nothing. It's a name that means a great deal. Yeah, the men who claim to be a sugar daddy and asking you to be a sugar baby are one of two things. They might ask you to pay $200 or something for the thing. Another thing that they do with sugar daddies is be very nice to you, get sexy pictures off you and send you money for you to collect and send on to somebody else. They're making you into a money mule. And if you get arrested for that, you can actually go to prison. So I want to come to the last thing I want to say now. And again, everything I am saying to you are things that come to us often. So going back to not being able to find him in the reverse image search, what if you can? And he is one that's frequently used. What if he's a Porter? What if he's a Gonzalez? What if he's a Murphy? And he's frequently used. Now, the thing is, what you then do is go back to your scammer and say, are you a scammer? Well, what is he going to say? He's not going to say, well, yeah, sometimes they do say, yes, I'm a Nigerian. But, you know, mainly they say, oh, no, I'm real, babe. I'm real. I know other people out there use my pictures. And I've told the FBI about it. And they're going to sort it. And you know, the woman will come back to us and say, oh, he's real, he said. He said he was real. I confronted him and he said he was real. Of course they're going to say he was real. He isn't. Anybody, absolutely any of the men or women that are used in scams, do you think they're still going to be out there contacting people? They hate it. They absolutely hate it. So no, they're not doing it. They really aren't. I don't care what your scammer says. Do not go back to the scammer and ask him if he's real. Do not do it, because he's going to say he is. And he's not. If you have found those pictures and you have got him into a position where you found him other places, you found him other names, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to accept that he's a scammer. We'll help you do that, but you're going to have to accept that he's a scammer. So don't go back to him. And don't let him tell you, I'm the real man. I'm real. I just, you know, you might have somebody using one of the well-known soldiers who's called Dave Smith. He's using the name Dave Smith. But you look at him, and when you find him, you find actually the real name. So what does the scammer do? They will tell you, oh, I'm just using the name Dave Smith. My real name is and give the real name. So if you do a reverse image search and you do find them, please accept that it's fake. Please accept that it's fake, because you are in for an awful lot of hurt. If you accept them, you are in for an awful lot of hurt. They might say to you, but babe, we'll have a video call. Now, a video call is them sat, you're sat like me in front of the camera, and them sat in front of the camera. And when they talk, you can see their lips move to the words. And you can say to them, what have you done today? And he says something, that is a video call. A video call is not seeing them move, but there's a bad reception, or there's a bad connection, or anything like that. It doesn't happen. It really doesn't. This is a video call. So if you were say, getting me on a video call, this is a video call. It's not me moving around saying, hello, nice day. That is a stolen video of somebody's Instagram account. Everybody should be allowed to have a really good, really full Instagram account without somebody coming along and stealing it. So, please, to be honest, I think a voice call's more sense than a video call, because an African accent is thick. It's real. They really, really, I know they use Rob and they use Joshua as well, and it's awful. We're talking about them using deceased men, and it's used Western as well, and it's really awful. And you see this, it's bad reception. But if women have said to me, but I saw him moving. I saw him moving around. So I know he's real. It's not. This is real. And you'll never get it. You will never, ever get it. Doesn't matter what they do, what they say, you will never get this. So I'd like to leave you with that. I want to do this again. I'd like some feedback to see how we can do it better, because this is the first time I've done this. The first time I actually did a video chat was with Adam on Adam Cam, and it was easy because it was his cam. And I can talk for England. I really can. It's whether you want to listen to me. So thank you everybody for watching. We are here. Oh, you have a question? Do you want to ask me? Yeah, you see, you don't need to deactivate your account. Just don't accept friend requests or follow requests from strangers. Keep it for your friends and family. Instagram was made as a small platform to share photographs of your friends and family. It was infiltrated. It started off with scammers. I mean, I remember the time there was only 1 or 2 scammers on Instagram. And really, they've just flooded it. They really have. It's awful. It's a dreadful place now. But, does a meet in real life, the person is listed as a scammer, clearing the charges or not? No, somebody's asking me about, if you actually meet him in real life, is that clearing him of the charge of being a scammer? I'm sorry, we're not claiming that the men in the pictures are scammers. We're not. Because they're not. I hate it when somebody says, so-and-so is a scammer. Or is this a scammer? No, they're not. They are used by scammers. There is a big difference. I don't think you'll actually get to meet them in real life. But, no. We are not saying that anybody whose pictures are used is a scammer, because never. They are never, ever. So, I'd like to say thank you, and this time I am going, because I've talked long enough. Thank you very, very, very much. I've been thrilled with all the people. Yes, I will accept private DM. I'm not on Instagram very much, but I am actually on Facebook. So find me on Facebook, or you can come to our Facebook page and messages and get me through there. Or come to the girls on, you know, you've got fantastic girls working on Instagram. They really, really are good. Somebody's just asked me why Instagram doesn't get rid of fake accounts. I can't answer that. I would like to be able to answer that, but I can't. They do not do enough. And that's it. They really, really do not do enough. So thank you. We'll do this again in the future. If anybody wants to come and do this with me, that's watching, it's going to be a bit of a, you know, nice for me to have somebody else on. Anything you want to cover next time, tell me. Tell me what we should do with these. So thank you very much, everybody. And I'll see you next time.